I just want to make this quick. Like, I really want to make this quick. It crossed my mind to make this type of video for no reason particularly, but other than, I don't know. Yeah, I want to share, because there's a lot of them, I think, books that are coming out in November that I am hoping to get to and anticipating to purchase and read and stuff like that. I'm learning that as I get older that I am who I am and I'm going to be the way that I'm going to be. So even if I proceed to buy and read any of these books within series that I'm not interested in per se, I'm still going to do it. I'm just me. I just figured it's just me. That's just how I do. Anyway, let's get started here. I want to make this quick, right? So on November 1st, The Spy Coast by Tess Gerritsen is going to come out. This is not a part of her Rizzoli and Owl series. It's a new series. In fact, the first book, I think there's two as of right now that's planned to be released, a duology. I don't know. But here's the thing. Here's the real truth here is that I'm actually not really that excited about getting this book because the last Rizzoli and Owl book that came out was so weak that I couldn't even finish it. I DNF'd it. I don't even remember the name. It was something like Lie to Me, Tell Me a Lie. I don't know. I was not interested in the last Rizzoli and Owl's book, and I don't see myself actually getting into The Spy Coast. I put it on this list because if anybody else is going to be excited about reading it, please let me know what you thought, what you think, or what you thought, or whatever tense we need to speak in. But I just know for right now, it really is not one that's going to be getting my money. I can just be clear on that. But I'm still kind of interested, still kind of fairly interested, but no. I don't know about The Spy Coast, but it is on my list. And I didn't tell y'all about the book anyway, so why would y'all, bite the peach? Anyway, moving right along, November 7th, The Spirit of the Wood by Kristen Britton is coming out. And this is kind of like a short novella it's kind of like a short novella, but it's, in a way, it's the penultimate book to her Green Rider series, fantasy series, and it's going to focus on one particular character, and one of the characters who I do not find as insufferable as many others within the series is that of Captain Mapstone. So yeah, I'm really excited about this, but what I have learned after reading, let me see, 2, 4, 6, 7 books within that series is that Kristen Britton as an author, she's very decent at storytelling, but she's not that very good at maintaining a plot. And the plot is the skeleton, I think you can say, if we're speaking in writing, to storytelling. So if your skeleton is looking a little funky, your storytelling might just come off as a little off. And yeah, that's just kind of where I'm gonna leave it there. So my anticipation and excitement for The Spirit of the Wood is just kind of right there, but because I do like the character of Captain Mapstone, I do kind of want to see what's going to happen, what Britain comes up with, because it's supposed to look into this character's history in a short novella form. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm kind of like right here with that, but it's still on the list. Like I told y'all, I'm just me now. I'm just me. I read the bad, the good, the bad, and the indifferent. I'm just me at this point. Next is Slay by Laurel K. Hamilton. I have to read that because, well, I don't got to, but I'm going to read that because Smolder came out earlier this year, which you can't see. And as I said in my mention of Smolder, that Smolder and Slay, I perceived, were books that were one book altogether that was split in half. Contract fulfilled of some sort, but it's gonna be continuing the story that was introduced in Smolder, revolving around people. Laura K. Hamilton, main protagonist Anita Blake, who is a vampire huntress, although she really just sleep with him at this point. Child, I could get into this, but I'm not doing it today. But she's gonna be solving these crimes involving these people that, let's think about the word smolder, that are caught on fire, although it's not spontaneous combustion. I can't recall as much. You can check out my last thoughts about the Smolder and see how much enthusiasm I actually have for Slay, or hope for Slay being a good book. So we'll move on from there. The next one is not really on this list. It's The Mystery Guest. I was kind of surprised about this, but it's The Mystery Guest, Molly the Maid #2 by Nita Prose. At the beginning of last year, I read the Maid. I did an individual video talking about my experience with the Maid, and I was actually kind of shocked to see that there was a second book coming out. And it's coming out on November 7th. But it's just kind of on my list. But more than likely, it might just be a library pickup. So we're moving on from there. November 21st is Gaslight by Philip Tawo by Femi Coyote. This is an African author. He wrote... I'm actually pulling this one off since it's right here. Okay, he wrote Light Seekers, which came out in the beginning of 2021. Let me show you a picture of the author here. Yeah. Now, with all the books that I put on this list, this is the one that I am actually really looking forward to reading. Gaslight. I'm so looking forward to it because I did not know that there was going to be a next book within the series featuring his professor, Philip Tawo, because I love this book so much. This was a great book. If I can really kind of just make a cursory snapshot, this professor is investigating this crime involving this group of college-age boys who were murdered in this African village. It actually is something that the author pulled or was inspired by an actual event. Anyway, loved this book. I cannot wait for Gaslight to come out because I love the character of Philip Tawo. So this just cursory throwing that in there, but this is one that I am actually deeply excited for, you know, as opposed to the ones that I just mentioned. Another one that I'm deeply excited for, which is last on this list, is on November 28th, Unnatural Death by Patricia Cornwell comes out. And that's K Scarpetta number 27. Now, Patricia Cornwell be cheating on the mystery portions of her books, but I have been reading K Scarpetta for, I think, about 15 or 14 years now. And I always kind of look at her as like my medical examiner aunt in my head. But yeah, if I've been reading this series for this long, then it's easy to say that I'm excited for more of K Scarpetta. You know, there's a lot of ups and downs with readers with this series. There's a lot of backlash the author has received about various points of contact and controversy that she's written within her series over these years. I don't care, I don't care what's going on. I just know I want Unnatural Death. Because K Scarpetta has come back within the past 2 years, and I love it, and I love it, and I love the fact that Patricia Cornwell once again is going to give us K Scarpetta's story in the first person narrative back to form. So Unnatural Death is coming out. I guess the last two are the only two books that I'm like super excited about. But that's all that I can think of right now, and I just want to share those. And I'm about to go warm up my pizza, but I'm telling y'all, I'm ready for the Gaslight to come out. Oh, child. Oh, and then next year, Nadine Matheson's third book in her Angelica Henry series comes out. Let me show you a picture of this. At first, y'all, the third book was supposed to come out in around this time of year. I think it was November, because I was looking forward to both of these coming out, but I think it was coming out in November and they got pushed back to April. Boy, I almost threw a fit, but whatever, I can't wait. So those are the books that I'm looking forward to reading that are going to be released in November. I was thinking about doing a nonfiction November, but I ain't got time. Not with this. It ain't no way. I might squeeze something in there, but it ain't. In the famous words of Janet Jackson, the pleasure principle, girl. The pleasure principle. I'm gonna go warm up my pizza. Bye.